Ed Williams, Montour Trail Council. I was the recipient of a telephone call this afternoon by Mr. Cassiola informing us of the excess status of these former structures that you folks are now replacing. And I have feelers out to a couple of people trying to assess interest. Mr. Cassiola informed me that time is very short because Cooper would like to be able to deal with these things while they have their crane on site and so on. So I have a few feelers out, and I'll try to get back to yourself or to Mr. Gennuso prior to the end of this week.
The other thing at least I think we should agree that Bill shouldn't burn them up or cut them up into pieces once they're pulled off the stream to see if there's any. It's not the trail some other municipality.
If they have a useful life, my concern is like whether or not we'd be given something that's structurally sound.
Well, they wouldn't take them if they would look at it.
Well, there would need to be some level of assurance that we're giving you something that's actually usable.
Well, I would think that somewhere in between Mr. Gennuso and Gretchen, you would come up with an as-is, where-is kind of thing so that the township would be fully protected and the structural analysis of these things would be the responsibility of the person who would take them and that sort of thing.
Well, obviously yes, but we have a good working relationship. I don't want to give you something that then becomes your responsibility to worry about, so we just work that out.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and like I said, I have feelers out to a couple of other organizations as well. Okay, so I'll get back to you. But thank you very much. We do appreciate your, bearing these kinds of alternate pedestrian uses in mind for these stuff.
Yeah, and quickly for those of you that don't know while you're standing there, last week Cecil Township was awarded a $200,000 grant that I worked on for a Montour Trail connector that connects Hendersonville to Klinger Park. So it's the start of, hopefully, fingers crossed, a much larger project, but Mr. Williams was awesome in helping us as always, and we're very happy to work with the trail. So
well, we're very happy to have such a supportive and forward-thinking township in which we work.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I have two more things. Grant was one of them, so I wanted to tell about the grant, but also to ask the board members, as part of continuing this grant or this Klinger Park project that was started a long time ago, 7 or 8 years ago. I would like to, I'm going to sit down and meet with the Soccer Association to get a pledge of funds from them. We already have $50,000 towards this project from Crown Castle and an $84,000 DCNR grant that I was awarded in the spring. But I would like to reach out to corporate partnerships in order to continue the remainder of the Klinger Park project, which would be the playground, the concession stands, the restrooms, so that it can be a fully functional township park. Obviously, there is a level of commitment from the Soccer Association that needs to be donated. I had briefly talked to their president. I need to present to their board to find out exactly what that dollar figure is. But I would like this board's support in moving forward.
We have a budget yet for all those park improvements?
No, but that would be something I would work with Dan.
That's the first thing we're going to ask.
Right. Well, I need this board's permission, I guess, to start to work with Dan to come up with those numbers and to find out what. So if you're okay with that, I will continue.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you. And then finally, we have, and I have to say this slow, we have CDBG funds in the amount of $82,200. Sorry to spring this on you, but we just found out that we need to decide what to do with them relatively soon. It cannot wait until our next board meeting. My recommendation to this board would be that we reach out to Mike Behrens and utilize them to demolish disabled home or debilitated homes in the area. We can work with Mike to find out where that may be, if you're okay with that. Okay, so it's been $82,200. So I'm gonna, again, that was not an agenda item, so if there's any public comment or question, we'll take it now. So it's been moved, I'll second it. All those in favor of spending it on that dilapidated homes?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so Dawn, you're on. And I think that's all I have. for that. Anybody else? Frank?
I'd like to thank
Hang
the,
on one second, Frank, sorry. Just,
Yes, I was notified today by Washington County Area of Agency on Aging. Come June 30th, they're going to cease the senior citizens luncheons here at Generations, and I just don't think that's right. I mean, I think we owe it to the seniors. They come down, have lunch, interact, play bingo, cards, even have exercise offered to them.
so did you hear it from the agency or did you hear it from?
Actually, an employee.
So maybe we should write a letter to the county commissioners and ask them to confirm that that is actually happening, that it is actually ending June 30th, because we need to know.
Is that permanent or just because of?
Yeah. No, that's going to be a closure.
I was telling Frank, I saw something on Commissioner Sherman's Facebook page where he was essentially attacking the food that is served at these centers. I don't know how many of you have had the pleasure, we'll say, of eating Sissy's cooking, but what Commissioner Sherman depicted as the food that is served to the seniors in this area couldn't be farther from the truth. So I do think that we should reach out to them and find out what's going on and why we weren't notified, if you're all okay with it. Don, can you get that?
I'll send a draft, I'll create a draft and circulate it.
Yeah, let's get it over there ASAP. Anything else? Ken?
yeah, I want to thank the road department and the police department for a great job they done the last two snowfalls.
Yeah,
You guys run the ball.
phenomenal. Go ahead. Oh, you have old business. Anybody else have new business? All right. Okay, moving on to old business.
Okay, I contacted Dave Wolf today. He's the contact person for U.S. Postal Service. I've been dealing with it over the past couple of years, and he confirmed what rumor was circulating through the community and township that we thought we could relocate the Muse Post Office over there beside the old one, but that deal is falling through. Although he does express a strong interest in maybe relocating at the Muse Fire Hall. That's been a talk in the past. It didn't work out, but I got some feedback late this afternoon, and I like the direction the talks are heading. So it looks like this could possibly happen here in the near future.
Talks about what?
Then
Moving into the Muse Fire Hall.
Which would be useful to like post office again, which is good.
I also received a call tonight. The gentleman has 5 acres up by New School. And I guess the post office approached them before, and the people were interested, but now things have changed. They are interested. And we're gonna get a hold of that near guy, I guess. Right in mind, where's Koski's property?
Well, sounds like you have 2 good leads. Make sure you get that information to Frank, because he is the contact for the guy who was good. Any other new or old business? I'm going to open it up for citizens' general comments and questions. Anybody have anything to bring up that was not on the agenda? Okay. I'm going to ask for a brief, very brief 5-minute executive session, and then we will adjourn the meeting. So you guys want to, very brief. It's related to real estate.